Oh yeah, now my people. The champ is here. The champ is here. You're always gonna hear it. I don't care. I do not care. Everyone wants to be upset. The champ is here. Let them know, Dio. Each and every time. Smash the like button, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. You know how it does. And guys, we're here. We're here on different terms. Here on different terms today. We can kind of unite and just enjoy a World Cup. Club football put to the side. Obviously, there's players from each team that are representing different countries that we can discuss, but we're really just here to enjoy a World Cup. That, to be honest, I don't know about you guys, the build-up to the World Cup didn't ginger me. I wasn't gingered by the build-up to the World Cup. But now it's started, we're involved. We're watching games and whatever. You know how it goes, man. When the football's there, everyone on this panel and outside there are gonna watch matches, and that's a fact. But how we doing? How's everyone doing today? How's everyone feeling? How's everyone enjoying the start of the World Cup? Where we at? Dio, George,
I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, to be honest, I think I wasn't gingered by that the pre-World Cup, like all the noise around it, because I was still just enjoying the fact that we won the Premier League. That's the truth. Like I ignored everything the World Cup was all about until it started. But now that it started, it's looking interesting, man. It's looking interesting. There's been a couple of very, very interesting games. So yes, I can't wait to discuss. There's a couple of teams that I'm looking at and I'm thinking, all right, you might see some dark horses. We might see some dark horses.
I hear it.
Yeah, I can't lie. I've not been impressed with any of the build-up. I don't know if maybe I'm doing nostalgia, but the last two World Cups for me that actually had like a proper build-up and it was like a whole thing was like South Africa and Brazil. Since those two World Cups, it's just not had the same lure around it. I don't know if that maybe just for me, I've sort of maybe checked out of the World Cup since then. This one, I've again sort of going into it, I've not really been looking forward to it. The games itself, I've only caught a few of them, and the games I watched Brazil, Morocco, that was a bit underwhelming. I've missed quite a few of the other games. The timings of the games obviously just awful, so it's hard to even try and keep up with it. But yeah, to be honest, I'm just not much of an international football person. I think it's all right to watch. Once you get to later stages, it can be interesting, but the football's just really slow and it's hard to get into. It's really just individual quality that shines through in those games. So it's either a really good game or a really bad game for me.
So wait, hold on. So after South Africa and the Brazil one, you kind of checked out. I think the Qatar World Cup is what got me to that level, to the line, where I just pre the World Cup for Qatar, with all the noise about how they built stadiums, what was going on, and then people just protesting that why is Qatar hosting the World Cup. I think that just kind of got me to the line where I was just like, can we just watch football and not have to deal with all of this world news? And then suddenly, like, that World Cup is done. The whole Argentina wins. Everybody's talking about how arrogant the Argentine players are. And then it's not even about how well they played anymore. It was all about, oh, they're racist players. They said this in the bus. They celebrated this. And I'm just like, oh, God, you guys are taking... Yeah,
hey, guys, even you guys are depressing me with how you started the show, to be fair. What's all this, man? The World Cup is World Cup fever. Whatever everyone wants to say.
But this year...
Let's have a real conversation. It's World Cup fever, but you can't celebrate properly, yeah?
There's no
Nigeria.
Hold on, I'm getting somewhere. But this year, listen, but this year,
England aren't in the World Cup, no?
Oh, you're English now.
What do you mean? My name is literally Niger Englishman, and you're asking me, am I English now?
Wait, what about the first half of the name? We just forget about that.
What does that say there? What does that say? What name does that say?
Yeah, but it says Niger. Niger is the first, the main part.
And then
Englishman. Yeah, you're English.
Together we are united.
There's no case. George. That's one word. That's one word. Niger Englishman is one word. But here's what I was going. I'm just talking about the past. Right? Why I'm excited is it's in my time zone. Right, for me, watching the World Cup now, it's like, yeah, I can watch game after game after game after game. Like, bro, I'm watching games from say 12 noon to like 6 p.m. in the evening and chilled. But I'm thinking about you guys.
I can imagine for you it's perfect because you can like work and just have games on and just like enjoy the day throughout the games. Whereas us, we've got to like do the whole day, and then stay up in the night, and then mash up your whole week because you're trying to keep up with 1 or 2 games.
Yeah. That's so that's for me. For me, that's a positive. Again, it's also across 3 countries here. The Canadian games are like just an hour difference from me. The Mexico games are on the same time zone. It's like I'm in a state where I can actually go across the border into Mexico and go watch games. I can just cross the border, literally. It's like boop, go in there, watch a game in a different country, boop, come back, watch a game in a different country. Take a flight.
But guys, what I want to talk about some of the. I'm not necessarily saying some of the surprise games that have happened so far. Like for me, even though they didn't play that crazy opposition, I was not expecting the American team to look as good as they looked in it. That's what I'm saying. Like even though I'm not saying Paraguay are some crazy team, but I didn't expect Poch's boys to be cooking how they were cooking in that game. So they had loads of chances. I mean, Balogun looked like a fresh striker. Hopefully, it leads to a club paying big money for him because we get some of that money. So, do you know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you make of the American team so far? What you saw?
Personally, I was impressed because I've been following them. I mean, again, there's a lot of noise here about the U.S. men's national team. That's the one thing that Americans are hopping on, like, oh my God, our men's national team is. In fact, some people are making jokes and saying they should send the women's team to the World Cup in place of the men's team. That's how bad the men's team like, no, that's the disrespect level that was being talked about at a certain stage, right? But the way they looked against, and I told someone, I said, for me, if you can look that good against the Paraguay, who, they're not the best team in the world, but there are no walkovers. They looked organized. They looked like they knew what they were doing. Playing out from the back looked good. Balogun was just, literally, I was shocked. I was really, really shocked at the way they played. And I was like, you know what? If you can keep this up, you can get to the next round. If you play this way, you'll get to the next round. Now, who you meet in the next round, of course, will be a more difficult game. But if you play this way and lose to them, I'll still give you, like, you know what? Hey, but don't go in there and play like you've played in the past. Like in the past, they've looked like a Grimsby town. Like they've just looked just crap. Let's call it a spade a spade. This is the first game I've seen on that porch that I'm saying to myself, this men's team look like you look like a team.
So what, George? Is it like you always knew it because Poch is the real deal from early? Is that what you're saying, or have they impressed you as well?
I've not been a fan of Poch for a long time, man. Like since long, I'm not being funny. He left Spurs 7 years ago now, and I've in those 7 years since he left Spurs, maybe the first year was the first year. After a relationship, it hurts the first year. You think about the girl. Every year after that, you probably look back and think you hate the person, like it didn't work out for a reason. And that's how I look back at it. I look back at Poch and I'm like, do you know what? At first, I missed him a lot, man. Like, bring me Poch back. After a while, I was like, no, like we lost and we get clowned for years for a lot of the things he done, a lot of the mistakes he made. And the reason he's not at the top level coaching right now, and he's the coach of USA, is based on the foundations he built at Spurs. I think he has a lot of problems in his sort of the way he coaches. Wow. Not a lot of people talk about how stubborn he can be. He's very stubborn coach.
He's your most successable manager, bro. This is what you're doing to him.
Successful one based on
a terrible guy.
Positions.
You're a terrible guy.
But he's talking facts though. I mean,
he's a very, very stubborn manager. He gets caught out for things that he does, and then when he gets caught out, he tends to play the victim card. It might be my choice and this and that, and like USA, what will end up happening is they'll have a good couple games, but they'll get through to maybe the first knockout stage, get knocked out. He'll get a reality check, and he'll end up making an excuse saying it's the other nations are just bigger than us. They're better than us.
Okay, is it safe to say, George, that question has opened up some wounds that you hadn't quite dealt with prior to the show?
No, I dealt with those, man. When he moved to Chelsea,
that seemed to have.
No, when he moved to Chelsea, it was more than dealt with.
We were trying to just enjoy USA's game this World Cup, and you brought back all your trauma.
I'll be honest, I'm the worst person to ask about USA men's football team. I'll go on streams and say they shouldn't have a football team because I think, let's be honest, the USA men's football team is like Dio said, it's awful. It doesn't even reflect. You look at USA in every other sport and they lead, or they're one of the leaders. Yeah, they may not be the best, but they're one of the best. English football is the one sport that they're just horrible at, and I just think like it's not made for them. It's just not. I don't think they understand the dynamic.
So therefore, shouldn't the Paraguay result be more impressive since you don't rate them in the first place?
No, because they have some decent quality players in their team.
They
got Pulisic, they got Balogun, they got players that have built the foundations within European leagues, not within the American leagues. That's why they've looked a bit better. And that's why I think they're doing better now, because most of their team doesn't play in America. It's all European players that are like playing at decent levels. So they're a little bit better, but they're not good enough.
Welcome Flawless to the show. Make sure you smash the like, share, comment.
So, yeah, it cut me out for a reason.
But now
the US government are like, this guy's talking crap about our team.
But look, Flawless, are you as harsh as George when it comes to the American national teams, the soccer team, or were you quite impressed how they did perform in the first game?
First and foremost, apologies on the lateness to all you, man. Big up everyone, big up the chat every single time. Blessed for having me, Nigeria, as well. Now, I won't go as far as George to say they don't deserve a national team. I think that's way too far. I think there's worse national teams than the US. But now it was impressive. Because I've caught a few of their games before, because I'll be on watch-alongs and stuff with the American lot. Man will go over and see like during friendlies and stuff like that. And all they've done is complain about Poch. Complain about the manager before that bear holder. So to see them ball out like that, they've had arguably the most impressive performance, to be honest. And Paraguay are no mugs. Like people now in USA have done that to them. Everyone's talking about Paraguay terrible, Paraguay Paraguay.
You know how it goes.
You know how it goes, yeah. But if Paraguay would have packed them up,
man, like George is saying that, isn't it?
It wouldn't. No, I'm not saying that's just this guy's such a bad guy.
Basically,
if Paraguay would have packed them up like 3-0, 3-1. Paraguay wouldn't have got praise for that. It would have been how bad the US national team is. Yeah, but because US did well, now it's all about how bad Paraguay did not. Give the US their props, man. They played very, very well. Let's not act like they're some world power nation. They did well and deserved the well.
And I'm telling you, like, if they play the same way they played against Paraguay, against everybody, if they play the exact same way and just maintain that level, or even just go slightly a notch higher, they'll get to the next round. And even if they lose, it'll be by a very small margin.
Mm-hmm.
It will be by a very small margin, even if they lose. And because it's a small margin, you know how football is. It could end up being them getting 2 penalties in that knockout stage and getting to the next round. If they keep up the way that they're playing, because I've looked at, it's like when you look at every team around you, every team, no matter how big they are and better they are than the next team, have all somehow conceded. Germany, Curacao, Curacao.
Niger name.
That one. Hey, people, I'm not trying to disrespect your country. I just can't pronounce it. It's really hard. Germany versus that, like Curacao.
Curacao, man. It's Curacao.
Yeah?
Curacao. That's what you say.
Hey, so you knew all this time, man was just letting him struggle. Aye, flawless indeed.
I didn't know what he was trying to say.
You know why? Because the reason why, because we knew what he meant. That's why. We all knew what Dio meant. We know who Germany played. We didn't need to dot the I's and cross the T's.
The fact that that game came to a 1-1 game eventually after Germany scored first and these guys were able to equalize tells me a lot about about football. Like, I didn't expect that team to be able to do anything against the German national team. I didn't expect anything from them. Germany went on and won 7-1 eventually. Agreed.
But can we talk about what actually happened there? Like, obviously we can sugarcoat everything like 7-1 and stuff, but can we Dio, you're not being sincere. What actually happened in terms? Should I help you? Let me help you, and maybe it will jog the memory of what happened yesterday. So obviously Germany started, they were on smoke. It could have been like 3-0 up, but it was only 1-0. And then Curacao and them man there, they switched on for like 7 minutes, got the equalizer, and the Germans looked shaky. Let's keep it a buck. And they could have made. I think after the equalizer, they could have got a penalty. I wish they got that. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's what I'm saying.
You tried to sell it. The player tried to sell it.
Of course. But can you imagine the scenes in the stadium everywhere? If they gave that penalty straight after the equalizer, it would have been madness.
Would have been
proper
madness.
World Cup football. But then, obviously, a certain man had to step in and just calm things down, Dio, innit?
Yeah.
He goes by. He's a champ.
When you
If you're
talking about
not aware,
Musiala, I hear it, man.
he's a
champ still.
champion. He's a champion. He said, "You know what? I don't know if you saw. Rumor has it he whispered in man's ear and said, "Look, that set piece routine." And then obviously 2-1, set piece FC champion. They helped him out 2-1 to Germany. And then he said, "You know what? Just before halftime, you lot need a cool head. You lot need someone to fully calm it all down and just shut up all that talk and noise that's going on everywhere." Steps up, penalty, championship, champion Kai Havertz to the rescue again. 3-1. And obviously, the game was over at halftime.
No, I hear you, man. Like,
Didn't you see Kai Havertz literally changed the whole game, and you weren't giving him his credit.
No. I was going to get there, but what I was talking about was I was actually addressing the fact that teams can hurt big teams, and the U.S. men's national team that we're discussing, if they play the way that they're playing continuously, they can hurt big teams. If Curacao, hey God, you people are going to cancel me for this.
Curacao, you got there, man. It's all good, man. We know what it is.
If Curacao could equalize 1-1 and cause that kind of stare alone, right? That's, that in itself says a lot about this World Cup. If that was the U.S. men's team, I don't think Germany beats them 7-1. The way the U.S. men's team played.
They don't beat them 7-1. Germany are good. Yeah. If Germany play like that, though, they're going to be in some entertaining games because they have attacking. They have very, very good attacking.
Because you also have to realize they had six different scorers for German team. So it's not like they were dependent on one person. No. And if those people don't step up in the next game.
Yeah, they had 6 or 7 scorers, but they had one that really changed the whole game.
Yeah,
and obviously allowed those other scorers to flourish. So big up Kai Havertz saving the day, man. Just like he does. Clutch Kai, they call him. That's what I mean. Cobra Kai, Clutch Kai. There's so many nicknames.
King Kai.
German. Yeah, all of that. Big up Kai, yeah. So look, regardless, coming into the tournament, you can never, in terms of a World Cup, you can never underestimate a German side, regardless of what you think about them going into the tournament. It's kind of similar-ish to why people are even considering Brazil could do something. It's not because Brazil are actually any good, because we all know they're washed. But because of the name and obviously the history, you never know if a Brazilian team can Neymar turn it on for the last 20 minutes in a few games to get them over the line. Mm-hmm. Can Vinny turn it on with moments of brilliance? Because that's what Brazil are. Like, there's no system, there's no identity in that side. Brother, Fabinho was fighting for his life. I don't know how he even got on that pitch, bro. How can I be watching a football game and every time I see or hear this guy's name, I start laughing? What the fuck is that? Every single time. He's giving himself a bloody nose. He's diving all over the place. Bruv, it was horrible. Like, why would Ancelotti do that to him? Talk to me about it.
Ancelotti and his selection. Honestly speaking, I mean, but then again, I don't know. I think he brought those guys just for experience sake, because he did bring on some.
Bring them on. You do what Tuchel does. Just keep them in the side to rally in the troops like Henderson and them boys there.
Exactly.
But who do you think he should have played there?
Bruv, not Fabinho. I don't have the answers, but just not that. Bruv, did you see him? He was like on a pacemaker or whatever.
I did see him, but it's crazy. They got better when he got on. That's the thing.
Yeah, but did he look good? I get what you're saying overall, but did he look good?
Do you know what it is?
You are right overall. He looks.
I'm looking at it now. They generally don't have any other midfield options. Like, there really isn't much else. It's
Brazil cannot tell me that they don't have talent in Brazil.
Better than Fabinho.
Because again, he took
but in the 8 they haven't got many.
I'll give you an example. He took Ryan, right? Ryan, the guy who just joined them.
Did they take him?
Yeah, Ryan is at the World Cup.
Yeah, he's there.
Bournemouth guy, yeah.
Yeah, the Bournemouth guys at the World Cup, Ryan. So if you could discover Ryan, when did we all hear about this guy? Just this last season, man. Let's be honest about it. They do have talented players in their local leagues that I guarantee you people don't have any data on and will come in there and will shine. And those are the kind of players that you need at the World Cup. Players that people don't know like that and they can't mark them out. Because by the time you figure that person out, you're already 5 games deep into the World Cup. By the time managers can figure out this new player that you brought in, And they can't tell me locally with the league there with Flamingo, all these teams back there.
You got a valid point.
There
probably is one.
So there is. So if I'm bringing the Fabinho, I'm just going to bring him as a, leadership head type guy. But just staying here, talk. You're not getting on the pitch.
Do you know what it is though? When you look at Brazil, and this has been quite much their issue over the last couple of years, like central midfield, they never really have ball playing players. Like they've got Casemiro, Bruno's there, Bruno adds that. But I said they replaced Casemiro with Fabinho, and they have Danilo. Like they've not got proper ball playing central midfielders that can help them.
Is it that they don't have them anymore, or they're not recruiting from their leagues anymore? Is that I want to know if that's the case?
They're not, because the other player they have on the bench is the Edison. They have Edison from who Man United just signed. He's not ball playing midfielder. That's the problem. Is like they just not having the pure crop of proper ball playing midfielders. So
there's no one. I'm not going to claim I watch Brazilian league, but surely there's some.
No, I don't watch Brazilian league.
But George, it's wild. It's wild to me that Brazil that exports some of the best players to the European league,
across Europe,
across Europe, right? Are telling me that they have to depend on those players to come play for their national team, even though those players are washed in the European league right now. Some of them are. When I mean washed, some of them are. They're no longer who they used to be. The Casemiros, Bruno just came back from an injury. Bruno Guimaraes, Edson is playing in the Italian league that I think outside Inter Milan and AC Milan, maybe Juve, there's no other team that you want to play for there that is really a threat like that per se. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but a threat like that. You're exporting all these talents and you can't find me anybody in your country. Like really? Like I can't even like that from me. That and then Ancelotti, you go in there and you're telling me did you not go in there and hire people on ground and say, okay, well, who have you had here? Who do we have locally?
Facts. This comment is facts. Back in the day, this Brazil squad wouldn't even be taken.
I don't think this squad's that bad. This squad's actually pretty good.
It stinks, bro.
Now you know what it is, George. Is people comparing it to Brazil squads of old. That's where the problem lies. They're
comparing it to squads that had like 9 superstars.
Tell me. Okay,
some of those superstars back then. Let's be honest, some of those superstars back then, we found out about them because they showed up at the World Cup. We didn't know who they were. Yeah. Some of those superstars that Brazil brought to the World Cup.
Even that being said, Dio, what I'm saying about this Brazil team, like in 2026, they shouldn't have to bring Casemiro, Fabinho. They shouldn't be going to the World Cup. This guy for Brentford shouldn't be starting for them. He should be in the squad maybe because he had a good year. But he started the first game. What are you talking about?
No. You're talking about Igor Thiago because he's the most prolific Brazilian striker.
Bro, like this is what I'm saying, bro. A brother like that.
Wait. But this is
hold on. A brother like that playing for Brentford should not be the starting 9 for Brazil.
All right,
there
you say that.
Another man out there.
You say that there should be. But there has been many strikers that have been Brazilian before, and none of them have ever come to the Premier League and bagged as many goals as Igor Thiago has. Igor Thiago is the best striker Brazil have available at this moment in time.
That's my problem. You're saying. Why?
No, but you're saying. No, you remember a couple years ago.
I don't think he's better than João Pedro either. To be fair,
a couple years ago, you had Gabriel Jesus from Richarlison. That was the gutter. They had 2 players that weren't even getting 10 goals in the Premier League. Now they've got the choice between Pedro and Thiago, and respectfully, Thiago is a better striker than Pedro. Pedro's a better footballer, but Thiago will give you more goals.
I think what's messing you up as well, George, is you maybe believe that I believed in the previous Brazil squad as well as this one. The last 3 or whatever. Brazil have been stinking for a while, my guy. And like this is what I'm saying. The standard of Rafinha's good, but he don't show up for Brazil. Vinny don't really show up for Brazil. That was a good goal that he scored the other day, but he never shows up for Brazil. So even with these players that you're saying are talented this, talented that, none of them show up for their country, bro. None of them. Like, when is the last guy that you saw shining and doing it up for Brazil? They're trying to get us excited about Esteval now, bro. Like, what are we doing here, G? Like, do you know what I'm saying? It stinks. It stinks out here. But because they're Brazil, everyone gets nostalgia for the yellow jersey and all that. Yeah, they got a chance. Man's going to hype up Igor Thiago and them.
You got hype up Igor Thiago, but he got a shot, though. because of the talent that they have in the side and the manager they do have a shot, even if it's a slim shot. João Pedro should have won 110%.
Yeah.
He's a better player for those two wingers. When you look at Rafinha, when you look at Vinny Jr, when you look at Neymar, he's better for them, like 110. Like Thiago ain't it. Thiago is a squad, like off the bench when you're trying to chase the game.
No, it is though.
Because
I'm looking at it.
Having to start him is why it stinks at Brazil. I'm not saying he's not done well, but the fact that they're having to start that guy just shows.
I don't think Brazil's a possessional team. I don't think they're a team that should keep loads of possession in the game. They're a team who should be explosive on the counter, play balls in behind, and that's what Thiago thrives at. You got a midfielder who can play long balls in behind, like Bruno, over the top. But Igor, it will be the striker for that. João Pedro is more link up.
But again, but George, I hear you on that, right? But if you also look at their wingers, you're looking at the Rafinhas and the Vinícius Jr. These guys are players who want to take on their man, cut inside. They're not trying to pass the ball to Igor Thiago. So they need a João Pedro who they want to a link up guy, 1-2, boom, dribble the guy, shoot. These guys are guys who want to take on their players. So now you're forcing guys who enjoy taking on their men, cutting in, playing link up play. You're asking these guys to also hold up play. When you play a long ball to them, then find Igor Thiago. Or you're asking them to, create by dribbling their man and then crossing the ball in for Igor Thiago. Like all of a sudden, you're taking away from like what they're good at.
Yeah.
So it eventually changes the dynamic. Now I hear you. It's just, they could have done better, man. They could have done better. I'm not saying Igor Thiago is not good. Take Igor Thiago.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not decent, but
you got to bring.
He shouldn't be having to rely on this guy, bro. That's why
he shouldn't be starting. He's off the bench player when you're chasing the game.
Your first good year in the Prem, then you just started in the World Cup.
I think Morocco played really well that game, though. That's the one game
for sure. I like that. What's that? That's the guy.
Everyone's talking about the 18-year-old. I know what you're talking about.
You got to realize that Morocco, everybody's not looking at them as a underdog anymore after what they did in the last World Cup. Getting to the semifinals last World Cup was not in the books for anybody from Morocco. So now they're not looked at. They are not even looked at as like anybody playing Morocco now is looking at Morocco as a threat. And then again,
and let's be clear, we're not looking at them as AFCON champions either. Let's clear that.
No, of course. I mean, we agree on all. Like, AFCON can do whatever. AFCON can do whatever AFCON wants to do. My point is the quality in that team. Some of the players, when you listen to the names in the team, you're just like, okay, well, in world football today, people like Hakimi are still in that team. The new talents that we're seeing, the Abu Buyadi. Hey God, today it's pronunciation of name.
That's why I just said the midfield.
We're gonna have to do just the clips on your freaking best bits today, boy.
I'm sorry, bruh. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, man. I had to wake up for this. I was like, I'm doing this morning. So if I mispronounce your name, forgive me. It's not intentional. I've not had my coffee yet. Once I have my coffee, I'll be able to pronounce names. But the Moroccan national team is not a they're not a walk in the park anymore, man. They're literally. I think they're good
outfit.
Yeah. For me,
they have an identity. They have some stars in the mixer there. Like, what's his name? The goal that they scored against Brazil. Great take. Great pass.
Quality goal. It was a quality goal.
But do you know what? I think what this has showed me so far in this World Cup, that a dark horse, not necessarily to win, but to go to the later stages, potentially as far as a semi-final, is one of these Asian sides. Because I've seen Korea, I've seen Japan, I've seen how they've been playing in this World Cup.
Did you do the bracket, Nigel? Have you done it?
Did I do the what?
Did you do the bracket? When you can fill out the bracket where you think everybody will finish, to the final.
Nah,
you can do one, man.
Yeah. I should.
Not right now, but I'm saying you can still do one. I'm interested to see who you have where. That's all. That's why as you're talking about them getting to an Asian side potentially getting to a semi-final. That's why Japan.
Yesterday against, obviously, look, Holland are one of them weird sides as well that we don't really know what we're gonna see with them. With obviously Koeman as the manager. Historically they're a technical side, but we ain't seen no stars from Holland for some years.
Yeah, again, that's just been the fall off, because the star power that they used to have in the individuals they propped up. I think defensively in midfield they're actually good. Their problem is their attack is dreadful. Their attack is awful.
When someone relies on the
Somerville.
he came off
and
the bench.
freaking-
Yeah, when
Gakpo,
when-
Somerville,
some-
and
but
Marlon.
when Somerville's your
that was so
when Somerville's your bright
dark,
play,
bro.
that's all you need to know. He was
Yeah,
their brightest player.
when Somerville came off, they looked a little. They looked like they weren't going to be able to attack anymore.
Yeah, he was
but
their
the
best
bright
player, bro.
Yeah, when Somerville is your best, and no disrespect to Somerville, good player,
Yeah,
but when he's your
yeah,
best
yeah.
attacker, it's a problem.
There's issues.
And he was clear as day their best attacker.
Yeah.
You know the reason why I'm even more surprised about the Japanese team is they had three of their best players are not at the World Cup. Wataru Endo is not there, who for Japan has always showed up. Karu Mitoma is not there. Amino. These are like some of their best players who are not at the World Cup at all. And they showed up the way they showed up yesterday. I was like, you know what? These Asian teams, man, you've got to give them props. You've got to give them props. World football is so different when you're watching it and you kind of try and break it down and look at the team and you're trying to ask yourself, okay, who can make a difference in this team? You know, and then they now have people like players that we rated, Japanese players that we rated and said, oh, should make the first team. What's his name? Played for Arsenal again. He left us. Oh my God. Tomiyasu came off the bench.
I see him.
And that's someone who I've always rated and expected to start. And I was like, hold on, you're coming off the bench? Okay. So now let me come and focus on this Japanese team. I really watch you guys because I don't know all these new guys that you put on the pitch. And honestly speaking, I didn't expect them to play the way that they played.
But do you know what it is? I generally think a lot of these mid-level nations have got chances because the top-level nations don't have good attackers. Like, the attacks just aren't at where they used to be. A lot of teams have good defensive, good midfields, but they just don't have killer attackers. So a lot of these games where, you know, there necessarily isn't someone to stand out and be that difference maker, you're going to get a lot of results where it's like a very close game, a 2-2, 2-1. And I think these results, like you said earlier, Dayo, they could just end up going a bit later on than most people thought because the result just fell their way in one of these games, you know?
Yeah, but when you say killer attackers, let's be honest, over the last 2 seasons, there's not been that many killer attackers. How many attackers in the Premier League scored 20 plus goals this season in the Premier League? Only 2. Erling Haaland and Igor Thiago. Everybody else fell under 20. Every other striker in the Premier League. So that tells you what the striker market is genuinely across the board. How many? In Germany, you can probably count 1 or 2 as well. But if you're now saying G and A, of course, then the numbers increase. But if you're just saying out and out goals, strikers, very few all across Europe. So there are not that many deadly strikers anymore. Let's be honest about it. They're very good players, and you've got to play to that strength. And that's why these teams like Japan, teams like the Ivory Coast, teams like Morocco are going to do very well because you don't need an out and out killing. There's very few killer strikers out there. Erling Haaland just being one of them. How many more can you count that are like Erling that will finish?
Yeah, there's very few.
Very few. You got like Gykores and them, man. Yeah.
There's very few.
Who was that? What did you say, Nigel? You got who?
Carry on, Dar.
All right, see, that's why I'm going. Carry on, Dar.
So for me,
things like bad internet. I'm breaking up. Sorry, go on.
So for me, at the end of the day, the most important thing is like these teams are the ones that are going to shock people. I'm telling you, because they're just balanced. They're just balanced. The worst part is they can find. I was looking at the Japanese team. Every time they had a corner, right, they would do that corner like the way Arsenal does it, and then they would run into the box, and then they, And I'm looking at their height, and they're all 5'9". And you're looking at the Netherlands team, and you're looking at Van Dijk. Like everybody is 6 foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you crossing the ball?
Yeah, they're crossing the. But you know what?
But they scored from a set.
They scored at the last.
They scored from a set.
And I was like,
try again. I was with you, Dyer. Why are they doing this? But it ended up paying off. The keeper's criminal. That keeper's got to save.
Yeah. Verbruggen got to save that.
The second corner, I was like, go short. They didn't go short. I'm yelling at my screen like, and you would think, okay, so I work for a Japanese company, so everything in our company is all Japanese. It's like the culture, the people. Like we do stuff where we have this doll that you paint in an eye, start a project, finish it, paint in the second eye, celebrate. We do all the clapping. We do all of this beautiful culture. So I love Japanese culture. I have all types of Japanese stuff. So I was rooting for them. So I was like, go short. You are too short for this nonsense. Why are you crossing the ball? Why are you crossing the ball? Look at you. Me and you are the same height. You're crossing ball. Where do you want me to head it from? Put ball to feet for me. Let me, tiki-taka, let's find. When they scored from my head, I was like, you know what?
Maybe we don't know it all, man.
Maybe we don't know nothing. Maybe we don't know nothing.
Real talk, man. But
those are
these Asian teams, yeah. What I've said about them is technically they're getting better and better. Like Japan, South Korea, they're getting better and better. But what sometimes lets them down is the physical side of things, and that's probably what they lacking now. There's something going on in Japan right now that I know that they're using to kind of change this. I'm not going to talk about it on the stream right now. Maybe backstage I'll talk.
You mean they're getting black folks over there? When I seen Zion Suzuki, I was like, "What's going on here?"
Brother,
is that what you're talking about?
They're paying you 80 bags, bro.
They paying who?
They're paying brothers 80 bags to do the thing in it over there. If you drop,
and you're only telling me this now.
Everyone you drop,
why
80,
you?
bro.
Do you know what? I think I see something like this. This might have something to do with that.
Too much on air. You got what I'm saying? We can talk a little.
No, you could have told me privately. 80 bags. I'm going over, man. I'm flying to
Japan
a
little trip there, maybe.
Yeah. 80 bags today.
Smash the likes if you know, you know. Share, comment, and subscribe. All of that, guys. But yeah, there's only a matter of time before they catch up, and I think one of those teams are going to get into at least the semi-final this year. I don't think they've got enough to win it.
I think semis might be a bit far. Quarters.
Yeah.
We said that.
I think round of 16 is the best they can do.
We said the same thing about African teams until Morocco made it into semi-final.
Yeah, someone always has to break it. So let's see.
Because you have to realize,
make sure you do that bracket after the show. Yeah.
You have to realize some of these top teams are going to.
He's right. I need to do the bracket so I know how it lands after because I don't know. I'm just looking at it like blind at the moment.
Because if you start seeing it, you see where teams will like end up. Because obviously, it's an extended tournament. Like there's a round of 32, then the round of 16, and then so forth and so forth. Where you see where who could potentially play who as well, and especially with the third place teams, got 8 of them going through as well. That makes it a whole different thing. But I reckon they can get to a round of 16.
Yeah. I mean, the Japanese team, again, if you look at the average age is like 25, 26. So they played together for a while. And a lot of them play, in Europe. Ajax, they play at Feyenoord, they play, so they've got players who are playing, internationally. So that whole idea of the physicality that people are talking about, I think they've got it down now because those players play.
They don't have it, bro.
No. Hear what I'm saying. They have players. I'm just saying, majority of the players play in Europe. Majority of the players they have at the World Cup. Southampton, they have players who play. If you play for Southampton, I don't care. You're playing physical. Like
I hear it, but the overall.
I know, but I'm saying their overall team.
You can have one or two, but let's be honest, Dyer. That's
because again, if you realize this, as far back as the 90s, right? As far back as the 90s, what Japan was good at when it came to football, and what Asia was, I'll use Japan specifically. What they were good at when it came to football was the backroom stuff, the organization, the resting, the food, how you rest, what you eat, when you eat it. That's where Wenger learned all that stuff from that he brought to Arsenal. That's where he learned it from. They just didn't have the physical.
This is what I'm saying.
Now that they've exported players, hear what I'm saying. Now that they've exported players, and they're bringing these players back, and these players have played in different leagues, I
hear you, but genetically, they're still.
No, genetically, they're not. But they showed it with the corner kick that they scored. That was physical, and they got the ball in.
Yeah, but a better keeper saves.
You know what it is though. Even they're just not got the right people in because they got sumo wrestlers over there, blood. They definitely got the physical. They just ain't got the right man going into the football, innit? I think if you're talking
about maybe it's that.
If you're talking about height and strength, biologically they're not the biggest people. But if you're talking about being
physical, we're talking genetically.
But that has nothing to do with what you do on the pitch. If you Miles Lewis Skelly is not the tallest, biggest kid on the pitch, but Miles Lewis Skelly uses his body so well. Do
you know what they'll start?
He's also got the genetics. But he's also got the genetics, though.
They're gonna do the English method, Kunle. What you're gonna start seeing,
you can see genetically what Skelly has. Like, yes, he does use his body very well on the football pitch.
But what we're saying is size-wise. You know what I'm saying?
And what we're gonna see in the next generation is they're going to see bare mixed race Japanese kids.
Bare.
Yeah.
Bare.
Bare, just like England done. Now, look at the English squad. Bare mixed race, man, in there. What is that?
Yeah.
It added the athleticism, bro.
Yes,
They need a bit
exactly.
of P&P. They
Bruv,
done,
they've
you know.
seen it. Bruv,
They just stole it, bro.
Hey, they're
They just
flawless. Let's
stole
not
it.
get it twisted. Everything that the Japs do is studied. It's not like, oh, let's do it on a whim.
Yeah. They know
Studied
what
the
they
whole
do.
thing, and they're like, do you know what?
They know what they
Look
do.
at what France have done. Look at what this lot have done. Like, hey, why are we left behind? Africa won France the last World Cup, and we are here looking at our people, thinking that we can beat them.
Literally,
Are we
did you not
mad?
see that the
Let's
Haiti
collaborate.
team? Was it Haiti or Curacao? One of them had teams where nobody was born in the country was in the team. Nobody born within the country is in the team, and that's madness. Like this is where we're at right now.
That's also, I know, but that also. Yeah, you're right. That also can be attributed to the fact that a lot of
you know what I'm talking about, Z.
that also can be attributed to the fact that a lot of these guys who are born in other countries. So, for example, the Moroccan guy Abu Buyadi,
Buyadi, yeah.
The Buyadi kid. His dad is
I
from
can't
Morocco.
pronounce his name either. I ain't gonna lie.
His dad is from Morocco. His mom is from Tunisia, but he was born in where was he born again? I think he was born somewhere
France,
in Europe.
I think.
Yeah, and he played for the under the younger under 21s or something.
Just get a passport and you're lit in it. You know
But guess what the kid did? He chose
get a
to play.
passport and we lit out here, baby.
He chose to play
I'm from there.
Yeah, because again, some of these guys will not even make it on the national team of where they're born. So it's like, you want to play football, so go play for your. And if you remember the twins, the Ghanaian twins, where one of them played for Germany, one played for Ghana, twin brothers.
Boateng.
Yeah, the Boateng.
Talking about both things.
Yeah,
There's
Boateng.
brothers like that in this tournament.
They
as well,
weren't twins, but yeah, they were brothers. Yeah.
Brothers who one decided to play for. So for again, some of these players who are international, the Japanese goalkeeper Suzuki, he was born here in America. He was born.
Hey, do you know what, Suzuki? Big you up, yeah. But I don't want you lot to. I don't want you lot to try and get excited. There is the rule, and there's exceptions. Let me repeat that to you guys. There's the rule, and there is exceptions. So don't say, "Oh, you said black kid." Hey, there's gonna be a few that sneak in, guys, from time to time. I know my brothers are out there, but on the whole, brothers, we're not really good in that position. That's not really our position there. We can do all the rest. Let's keep it apart.
Suzuki, the dude, he made some saves as well yesterday.
No, I'm saying he's the part of the exception. He's actually good. I rate him.
They look good until they get put under the spotlight. Like Mendy looked good and then he wasn't. Onana looked good and then he wasn't. So
yeah, but that's
Suzuki. I do hope he can do something for the brothers. But
see, George gets.
Let's see how he's under the spotlight.
He gets
under the spotlight.
You can't come out here and getting too excited about these brothers that have one or two good games and that. You get me? Anyone could have one or two.
Let me ask you this question.
He's Japanese, though. He's Japanese.
Out of all the games we've seen so far, away from the obvious Buadi, has there been any like proper standout players for you? You're looking like, I need to watch him a bit closer for the next couple of games.
Yeah, other than Buadi, no one's really stood out. Stood out for me.
No. Well,
but there's a few players that I know if I see another game, I'll be like, oh yeah, okay. I'm just not ready to say the name yet because they did.
A couple dons of what I see again is rise because we're talking about Japan and black people. Them two black brothers who were playing up top for Australia. I was like, the way he took that goal.
I was like, you read my mind. We were going to talk about that next because
and I see the surname was Olawesi or something. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I was like, what is going on?
Crikey, his name is Iran Kundo, mate. Iran Kundo. What? Them not can't pronounce that name. What are we doing here, bro?
I was like, Olawesi. I was like, what? I was like, I'm sure that's African.
See what I'm saying? Japanese are looking at everyone, even Australia doing it. We know they carry last. Come to our side. We're ready to pay. Do you get what I'm saying?
I see the two Australian duds with the P&P up top and playing on the counter attack. I was like, he took his goal well though. The goal
very
was cold.
Very well.
And the way I was like, them two.
And let's be clear, that's probably one of the upsets of the World Cup so far because Turkey was potentially a dark horse for me because they've got some talent in there and a lot of them have played together for a while. So I was surprised. I was very shocked. 1-0 maybe that can happen, but 2-0, it sounded convincing. Even though Turkey had chances, don't get it twisted. They had a bag of chances in that game, but Australia took their chances. I don't know to go as far as whether they've got a chance to get into the later stages because I don't believe it. It's one of them You know, what's it? Who beat Argentina in the last World Cup?
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them type of performances.
Yeah, it's one of them.
But it still happens. So you can't be mad at it. And yes, as you said, Flawless, they use their brothers up top, play some power.
Yo, man. Torre and where is Iracunda? Yeah, those two. Very well, yeah, man. They're the two. I seen them. I was like, yo, these two brothers are darker than me. I was like, yo, what is going on here? I was like, yo, big them up, but they played well though. It was a good game. It was a good game, and they defended well. Australia also. I'm interested to see them in the next game. Yeah, you're right.
Iracunda. You should, when you hear that name, you should even be afraid as a defender.
Who that there? Iracunda.
That's not the name that you want to be woken up to at 3 in the morning. Wake up. Iracunda is looking for you. What?
Real freaking talk.
That is a real Wakandan name. That is a proper Wakandan name. That without doubt, yo, that is 110% Wakandan name. What are we doing?
What I would say, even with the way this tournament is set up, even if you lose your first game, there's still hope in it.
Yeah.
There's still some sort of hope. Like even Turkey got to get their act together real quick, but starting off like that is criminal. Quickly, I wanted to talk about obviously Glock 9 and Isak up top for Sweden. Battered. Has it got Tunisia 5-1? Did any of you watch that game?
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch the whole game. I was watching bits and pieces. Yeah, they packed them up. Isak and Gykores up front in the two worked very, very well. Yeah, Tunisia didn't help, but yo, they did the business, those two.
Hey, some of Gykores link up. Like, I'm like, brother. Hey, what's going on with this? Like, I was like, I didn't see this slick shit at the freaking Emirates like this season, bro. What's all this? He'll touch it one time, put Isak free. I'm like, when did he do that for Martinelli? When was that? When did he do that for Trossard? Hey, I'm watching you clearly, Gykores. You are my guy. You are my Glock 9. But I'm watching you. Just remember. But yeah, them lot were connecting very, very well together throughout the game, man.
That Swedish team is going to them, and I think Norway. I'm telling people the Norwegian team, just I've not seen anything they've done yet, but just looking at them on paper and Sweden, yeah, they'll cause some upsets. I think they'll cause some upsets, and the way because you have to look at all their qualifying games as well. This is how they've played all through their qualifier. Like they've played very well through their qualifiers.
Sweden, right?
Yeah, Sweden. Even without Isak, when Isak was injured, they're playing very well in their qualifier. So now being able to have Isak and Gykores actually link up the way they link up, with goals and assists for each other, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. This World Cup, I need 2 or 3 more games to just be able to finally, because there are players on that pitch, like on that team that I don't know. I'm like, okay, I need to know who you are, what your role is, do some more research about you, and then see, what you bring to the team. But if we're just going purely by results and eye test, the Swedish team is going to cause problems too. They're going to cause problems, man. Because I caught bits of that game. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I can't really speak to any of the analysis.
You know what? I think over the last maybe 10 years watching football, I've really, really appreciated and understood is when it comes to this management thing, there's certain managers that are suited for certain situations, and you just got to appreciate it that way. Like before Graham Potter went to Chelsea, people were rating him as a manager, innit? He goes to Chelsea, and then everyone wanted to shit on him. So like the big pressure jobs, mate, is not for a man like Graham Potter. It's just go under the radar, just play my style. If I lose 4 games in a row, no one's gonna kick me out and talk shit. I can just get some time to embed my style of football, and then we can get good and get things ticking. So I think, like, for example, I don't think Unai Emery can manage one of the top sides. He can do a great thing when it's the underdog story, get them to win this type of trophy, that type of trophy. But when the pressure is on win, there's certain managers that can't handle that. So let's be honest, Potter is a decent manager who plays good football, and we're seeing with a little less pressure, he's showing that he can do some stuff. What do you think about that, guys?
Yeah, there's certain man. You said it there. There's certain managers for certain levels. Yeah, and that's just what it is. Like that's the be all. Like, is he the top level, elite level gaffer? No, but like below that, you can do something. And with Sweden, when you have Isak and you've got Gykores and you've got they got Beijing Gooder, and you've got a Yari as well who scored the banging goal for them also. So like, yeah, they got players, man. We got players.
He's always on to me, baby.
I don't even know why he's on to me, bro. Like he's trying to go on to me for not showing you how to do.
Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do, right? Listen, go and click on the 3 dots near his name, on Bayesian Gunner's name. Click on the 3 dots and just say add to moderator. And let's let every time we stream, now they are calling.
Bayesian just trying to cause problems in the chat. He wants to be a VIP, bro. He wants to walk in and be like, I'm moderating everyone else. I need to be a moderator over here. He needs to get a little VIP pass over these sides, man. Allow it. On Sweden, really quickly, I have to agree about Potter. I think there's certain managers that obviously have the tactical, like he understands football tactically. I just don't think he has the personality to manage at a bigger club, because bigger clubs need someone who can, they've got to be able to galvanize the team and really motivate through, speaking to people. Certain managers can't do that. I think certain managers are very methodical, and they can go to a smaller club and that'll work out because you aren't challenging for top trophies, so you don't need that extra bit of effort to get you going. I don't think Graham Potter has that, but like you said, here at Sweden, he's got a nation of people that respect him based on the work that he done there previously, won the league and so on.
Yeah.
So he's coming into a team where he's got a lot of good technical players, not that top level players. You got Gykores and Isak to lead you, Kulusevski captain, when he comes back. You got some top players in the forward line. Just had to add that in there, innit? You know what I mean? But their actual team, like you guys said, they remind me of Denmark. I think like some years ago, Denmark used to have a really talented squad that used to do well in these big competitions. Never really pushed on to like too far, but always done really well and stung some of the bigger sides. And I think Sweden could do that this year. But you know what it is? When I do look at it, Norway, they're not one for me, Dio. I will say. I
think that I mean, for me, I call them. Again, I'm just looking at them on paper and how they have qualified for the World Cup. And if
them managers, they're just happy to score a goal this tournament, bro.
If they keep on playing the way that they're playing, these are some of the teams where you don't know everybody.
I know you're getting lost in the Holland and
No. This is why.
Just pull up to your first World Cup and then
listen. This is why. I'm just saying this based on history and data. If you remember, like, as far back as even in Champions League in 1994, Dynamo Kiev was the team that nobody really knew. If you don't know a team, it's hard to hurt them. And if they have some talent in that team, some type of talent in that team, it's easy for. No. I'm not saying that they are going to go far and get to this. I'm saying they can.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Then?
I'm saying they can hurt teams because you don't know a lot about them. So
you're going to not get through the group. Yes, that is for sure. They can hurt teams and still not get through the group.
We'll see.
I've no way.
Odegaard's not that guy. That's all it is. He's just.
You don't think they'll make it through that group, Nigel?
Huh?
You don't think Norway will make it through that group?
Nah, G.
He doesn't know the Norway group. That's what
I do. Nah.
Wait, is Iraq not in their group?
Nah, what's it called? That Norway's group's got.
Is it not Iraq?
Nah. I don't know their group.
I definitely don't. So
I'm not commenting.
Yeah, they've got Iraq. They've got Iraq. They've got Senegal.
France, Senegal. Oh, they might not. France, Senegal, and Iraq.
Senegal and France are going through, my guy.
Wait, so you don't think they could beat Iraq and finish third and be one? Remember this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like with this third place thing. Then
but that's what I'm saying.
What I meant is they're not going through the top two.
Okay, all right.
I'm not even trying to put them in conversation of they're like the best. I'm just saying they can harm teams because you don't have a lot of data about them. Like you can't really be like, oh, this is how I'm going to play against.
Bob there as well, yeah.
And that's where the issue is, and that's why a team like they lost 7-1, but Curacao scored 1-1 against Germany. Germany didn't. Yeah, Germany. All it took was Curacao turning up their.
They collected 6 after that, bro.
I know, but I'm saying in that 7 minutes, but you could see that the Germans had no response to how they were playing because they just didn't understand the way they're playing. And as soon as because they're a better team and they have a better manager, the minute they made a few switches here, they made a few positional changes, they were able to then rectify it. But
a lot can happen in 7 minutes, man. A lot of people have been knocked out in 7 minutes.
That could change the entire thing. If that game was 1-0 till the last 7 minutes and Curacao turned up like that, what do you think would have happened? If the game with Germany was 1-0 till the last 7 minutes and Curacao turned up the way they turned up in that 7 minutes where they equalized, what do you think would have happened?
No, I hear it. If they got the penalty after they equalized, it would have been an interesting game. Germany still would have won, but it would have been more interesting.
Anyway,
That's what I would say. But I hear it. I hear what you're saying. But Sweden, I don't think, no matter what, the Germany performance, the Sweden performance, even the US performance, I don't think we can make any assumptions on any team, to be fair, after this first game. I honestly don't think. Even though there's been some good performances, I didn't really learn anything. I had some fun watching some games, seeing some good goals, but I still think it's kind of open after.
Yeah, because it's the first lot of games. So it's always. But what I've been pleased about is teams haven't been pragmatic as I thought it was going to be. Because normally opening games in particular, nations are very, very pragmatic, and it's a bit slow and it's more defensive minded. Teams have just said, "Forget it, we going for it." 100%. Teams have just gone for it. And that's what's made it a better.
Other than the Brazil-Morocco game, I agree with you, man. That pissed me off.
Even then, though, that was a lack of quality. Them two went for it. Them two teams went for it. It was just a lack of quality. Even Ivory Coast, Ecuador, they weren't trying to not. It wasn't all right, we're gonna sit behind the ball and not try and get forward. It wasn't that. They went for it. They were just missing. Like even the Ivory Coast, like I said, Ecuador game was how many times? 4 times the bar got struck.
But you're a guy to the rescue,
Yeah, this Ahmad in a nutshell. Like he's a good player. That's why when people
don't do that. Don't do it like that, though, Flores. Don't do that. Don't do it like that.
He's a good player.
This is Ahmad in a nutshell, innit? Don't do it like that. That's what I'm saying.
When I said Ahmad in a don't get triggered by what I said. I said Ahmad in a nutshell. He's a good player. When I said that, I said Ahmad in a nutshell because he's a good player, which he is a good player. He's a good player. I don't let a bad 3 months cloud my judgment. That's what he's a good player.
We could have just said that's a great moment by Ahmad. We could have left it at that. All that extra stuff.
Both. Why can't I call him a good player if I think he's a good player?
I'll just say it was a bit much considering.
It was a bit much as you was doing Kai Havertz prop, but we moved.
But we saw it. But you and I both saw him change up the whole game, innit? So that's different.
Well, Kole, Ahmad won the game for his country.
So did Kai.
But Kai changed the game. Ahmad won the game for his country.
Yeah, he won the game too. Because if that not for that change, they wouldn't have won the game. After that
if we had stopped at Kai's 2 additional goals, it would have been 3-1. If they had gotten the penalty 3-2, that we don't know what could have happened in that game. It could have ended.
We know exactly what could have happened because King Cobra Kai was there to the rescue.
Innit? I know. After that 7 intense minutes, Kai just locked in and said, "Not on my watch, innit? Calm yourself down."
It's Coruscant, you know. But as
brother, the World Cup is the World Cup. You can only beat the team ahead of you. Know
but we gotta give credit where credit. We ain't doing too much,
and we gave them credit.
If it's the latter stages. And Germany are doing the business, and I know you don't have Germany going fast, so Kai Havertz ain't doing nothing. Then we'll give him more credit. It's Coruscant.
We can only give him credit about what's happened so far in it, and that's what
it's not. But we can talk about your predictions, though. We can do that, Nigel.
We can wait.
Nigel, we can talk about your predictions, and we'll see how far you have Germany going. I know you don't have Germany going far. I know this. You got Germany round 32 exit.
There's nothing official on paper.
Everyone,
right now,
all I want to say is, to everyone in the chat right now, make sure Nigel does a World Cup stream by himself and he has the bracket up and he does it on stream. You need to do a live stream of you with the bracket. I'm gonna send you the bracket right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, send it, bro.
I'm gonna send it to you right now, man. I got
send it to me.
You find it. It's there somewhere.
For the last 5 minutes to wrap up, let's talk about the games today. Obviously, we got Spain versus Cape Verde. That's the 5 o'clock one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I don't think. Obviously, everyone's watching for the football, and a few people are watching for the other things on other talent on show at that game. If you know, you know. I'm not. Cameraman, make sure you're doing your work.
I ain't gonna lie.
All of our viewers are counting on you today to do your work and show all of the talent on display for Spain versus Cape Verde. All of the talent, all of the different types of talent.
Yeah. Yes? I ain't gonna lie, the cameraman been slacking on that kind of.
Brother, I've heard they've been dissing them, saying they're not allowed. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm filming fans, so I'm not allowed to film fans.
We can film fans and respectfully to the cameraman. We love that the families are there. We're not there to see.
Do you get what I'm saying? If you objectively think these fans are attractive, is that my problem? Is that my problem? That's you. That's your eyes, oh. That's your mind, though. I'm just showing fans enjoying football. That's what we came to see. All kinds of fans. So, cameramen, ignore these fools. Don't let them judge you and spoil your work. Do the needful. We want to see all the talent today.
All these
Spain.
all these cameramen don't realize that if you don't do the job right at the World Cup, they won't hire you for Olympics. And Olympics is coming up.
Do the job
and
correct.
there's Winter Olympics. You won't get job. They just look at you like this guy that doesn't show better,
Ask him now.
Doesn't show variety. That you just show variety. Be dynamic in your camera shots. Do those angular variety. Just do what you need to do.
Just show us the talent, bro. You're doing too much, Dyer. Show us the talent. That's what you need to say, bro.
That's it.
He knows.
That's it,
show
man.
us the talent, baby.
That's what we here for. Like your ratings are gonna go up. That's the craziest part.
Facts,
it helps
facts.
you.
We want to see
Your
all
ratings
the
go
viewers.
up. What are we
All
doing,
the
man? Your ratings fucking go up, man. Like pattern up and deal with it and do what's
Exactly.
required.
Can anyone see past a thrashing by Spain today? Anyone see anything other than that?
Yeah,
I think a
Spain,
4-1. 4-1, I think, today.
Spain, I can see Spain like a 3-0. And that is your mouth fit and available.
Yeah, he's available. I because it's Cape Verde, I don't know if they're risking from the start. I think he gets some minutes though.
Yeah, I think they do the business.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be a packing, but I think they just comfortably beat them 3-0.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a
4-1,
bounce
3-0.
back, Joe. Big up, blessed for having me.
Yeah,
up,
big
man.
up, man.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
every
man.
single time.
Appreciate it.
Dial,
Trust,
George.
man.
Blessings, man.
Big
Big
up,
up
man.
you, man. Every time, man.
3-0 is your prediction, right?
Yeah, 3-0. Yeah.
Right, big up, man. Take it easy, bro. And then, Dyer, what's your prediction? We can't hear you. Muted.
I said I'd say 4-0.
4-0. George, what you say?
4-0 Spain.
Spain, yeah, I'd say about 3-4-0.
Do you know what? I think Spain are that's who I think are gonna win the World Cup personally, man. Everyone's talking about France and yeah, their squad is ridiculous. Attacking wise, their options are insane. But when you've got too many magicians, mate, it might be too much to deal with Deschamps. And
it depends. I say Spain or France will win the World Cup as well, but it depends on who they both meet up with in the quarterfinal. If they meet themselves in the quarterfinal, whoever wins it wins the World Cup.
I hear that. I can get with that.
Yeah, whoever wins it, because again, that's where the issue for me is like if they meet in the final, that'll be a good final. That'll be a good final.
I wouldn't lie. Even though it's not going to happen, I'd love to see Portugal versus Argentina final.
Yeah, see,
just for the culture. But yeah, then we got the man them at their last dance. We got Salah's last dance. We got De Bruyne, Lukaku, and them man at their last dance. Probably like Trossard as well. What do you reckon? Belgium versus Egypt. Score predictions.
I think that's gonna be a very tight game. I don't think Belgium for me they're always underwhelming. They have been, haven't they, for the past 10 years? So maybe 2-1 Belgium, but like a tight one.
Definitely.
2-1
talent. 2-1 Belgium as well.
2-1
Yeah.
Belgium, yeah. It's just Belgium.
Yeah. Egypt are mad boring, but I don't think they'll concede a lot of goals. But yeah, Belgium have just got enough talent just to nick it through. So I'm gonna say, yeah, 1-0 Belgium, man. 1-0 Belgium for me. Then we got the big one, last game of the night. Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Woo! Guys, I'm not going to lie. Since Suarez and Cavani and them, man, are not at Uruguay, I don't know any of their players now. I actually don't. Maybe the Real Madrid guy.
They got
His name Valverde. Valverde plays for them, right?
I was going to say that Mascherano, but he's Argentinian. No, that's a good question. I actually don't know the Uruguay squad very well. They usually just have like loads of talented players, don't they? But just not really anyone of real quality to push them on. So, in this singular game, I think they'll win the game against Saudi Arabia, 1-0, 2-1, whatever it is. But I don't think it's going to be much for their.
The Saudi team somehow are just a top team every time they come to the World Cup. Every time they've been at the World Cup.
They always get a scalp, but they never get far. It's one of them.
Yeah, they're that team that would. Yeah, I think I see like a 1-1 or a 2-2 here.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because I don't really know the Uruguayan team like that. I can't really speak to who there would do something because I don't know their players like that. But this Saudi team, just based on their past record, how they've always been, they've just been a difficult team to play, and they always have this one standout guy that just decides, okay, I'm going to score a goal, and then they sit back. And they've always been that team. So it's stinky 1-1, man. It's gonna be a tough one.
1-1. Yeah. I hear that. I'm gonna go with 2-1 Saudi Arabia. 2-1 Uruguay. Actually, I'm gonna go 2-1 Uruguay in that one.
Press.
But yeah, guys, I don't know if I'm definitely gonna be doing another one of these shows tomorrow, but definitely throughout this week we're gonna try and do some reviews on these World Cup games. There's games every minute of the day, man. So we're gonna have time to review some of that, and hopefully I can share the screen with some of these panelists on a regular basis throughout this tournament. They can make themselves available. Don't forget to smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Dio, George, are you doing anything today or tomorrow? Content wise?
Well, I'm gonna do like a live on Wednesday. So the thing I did last time was I was modeling the Premier League trophy while I was just asking questions. So I'll do one of those again. This time around I'll try to model the World Cup in 3D real time. Like on like
today.
Oh no, that's sick. That's sick.
Nah, run that.
No, that sounds sick. Modeling the World Cup 3D is cold. That's cold.
Yeah, I did one for the Premier League, and then we did the last render, and then it crashed live on stream, and I was like, oh man, you know what? Hey, we'll redo it again. But you could see like I did the render already. You could see the 3D. You could see the entire thing, the whole process, like for modeling from scratch with reference images. So we'll do the same thing for World Cup, and then we'll do the same thing for. I don't want to do Champions League because people come in the comments. You haven't won the Champions League.
Don't take yourself there, bro. Don't invite nonsense, please. So George, you got anything planned for the rest of the day or tomorrow?
Not today, but I'll be live tomorrow morning just doing transfer updates across sort of the world of transfers, mainly around Spurs. But you know, if there's always big news, we'll touch on that as well. But yeah, that's it for me, man. Not really much World Cup content, but I'm gonna try and watch a few more games this week. They got a few better games on now. I think this is where we start to get into the proper.
Yeah, it gets a bit juicier now from today.
I'll be in it now, man. I'll be back.
Then, my people, smash the like, share, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy today's games, and we out of here.